now I'm going to show you how to figure out what I squared and the rest of those mean. So I to the 1 power would just be this, which equals I. It gets kind of tricky when you have I squared, because that would be square root of negative 1 times square root of negative 1, which would be, these kind of just cancel out, so that would just equal negative 1. Now, if you have 3 of them, we already know that this equals 1 from right here. So it would be like negative 1 times the square root of negative 1, which equals negative I, because we know that this right here equals I. So it would be like negative 1 times I. So that equals negative I. I to the 4th, you have 4 times. So if you group these, you know that these equal negative 1, and then these two also equal negative 1. So you have negative 1 times negative 1, which you know equals positive 1. So here's your pattern right here. And this just continues for all the powers. So if you were to continue with like I to the 5th, and then I to the 6th, I to the 7th, I to the 8th, and so on, these would end up equaling, they would just continue the pattern. So this would equal I, this would equal negative 1, negative I, and 1. And it just keeps going on forever and ever and ever. So that is how you do I to a power.